Alright, you guys, I am back. I am finally somewhat getting settled in to our house. If you guys saw one of my last couple of videos, I talked about how we are going to be moving, and it has been a challenge to unpack this time for whatever reason. It feels like it has taken years, and we have only been here a month. So I thought that it would be fun to kick off with a review on the math curriculum that we are going to be using this year for my upcoming 4th grader. It is Apologia Math 4. I'm going to go ahead and flip around the camera, give you guys a full review, walkthrough, so you can basically see inside and see if this is something that you want to use in your homeschool. Alright, you guys, so this is the Apologia Math 4 set. So here's the teacher's guide and here's the student book. I'll walk you guys through the student book first, just because that's where the majority of the, or all of the assignments are going to come from. And then I'll do a quick flip through of the teacher's guide, because this is where you're going to get some additional activities and information about the course. So at the time of filming, the set is $63.75 on their website. They are currently running a summer promotion where you get 25% off. So if you happen to find this video after that promotion has ended, you could also use Homegrown Homeschool 10 for an extra 10% off. And I'll have that link down below in the description bar. So as you open it up, you're going to find the table of contents outlining the topic for each lesson. There are a total of 116 lessons broken up over the course of 6 units. There are also reviews at the end of every chapter, as well as projects at the end of every unit. This works out to being about 36 weeks long if you follow a 4-day-a-week schedule. But if you're like me and you like more of a 30-week homeschool schedule, then you can totally make that work by either doubling up on some of the easier days or by following a 5-day-a-week schedule. It's honestly one of the things that I love the most about Apologia is just how flexible it is. It's not anything that is too rigorous to work with a schedule that sometimes needs the flexibility. Now, as far as what your child will cover this year, they will start off with place values and go over the hundreds and or hundred thousands and millions place values. They will also learn how to round larger numbers. They'll go over addition and subtraction estimations. Sorry, my voice cracked a little bit. They'll also cover both multiplication and division facts, as well as how to multiply and divide 1-digit and 2-digit numbers. They'll be learning about geometry through plane figures and angles. They'll go over measurement, area, and perimeter, and they will end the year with fractions and decimals. Now, if you've seen any of my other Apologia reviews, then you know that one of the best parts of this math curriculum is that they tie math into learning more about God. And you'll see this with the scripture at the beginning of the book, as well as the Seeing Our Creator sections at the beginning of every new unit. And each one of those will just talk about how our faith and God's design ties into math, which I think is really cool. This is also a really fun math curriculum, you guys. For the last 3 years, my daughter has loved using Apologia. Every lesson and project has hands-on activities or a game to play that covers the concepts that your child is learning, as well as covering a lot of skills practice. This year, your child will mainly focus on multiplication and division facts, because the majority of this is going to be just, solidifying their multiplication and division skills. Now, as for the projects, they will consist of planning a deep sea exploration, map measurements, making geometric snowflakes, planning a road trip to the beach, so they can basically learn things like distance, miles, and how long it'll take to get to their location, making a homemade aquarium exhibit, and finishing up with a project on cooking and mixed fractions. As far as materials go, a lot of what's needed will be your standard household items. Some of the more uncommon things that you'll need would be things like fake money, 51-inch square tiles, a compass like the kind that you use to draw circles, and a protractor, some base 10 blocks, linking cubes, and magazines. You'll find the entire list though at the back of the teacher's guide. And for those of you who are wondering, do you need both, like the student book and the teacher's guide? The answer is yes, because the teacher's guide is where you will find all of the activity sheets and the chapter tests. So if you don't necessarily care about having the activity sheets and the chapter tests, then you know, you don't necessarily need it, but I would say go ahead and invest in getting both, just because it's nice to have the activities. The kids really, or at least my daughter, she really seems to enjoy them. And they're bright and colorful, and I find the tests helpful just to kind of gauge where she's at and what she might still be struggling with. Okay, so I'm going to continue flipping through this, and then I'll give you guys a quick glance at the teacher's guide. Alright you guys, so this is the teacher's guide, and as you open it up, you're going to get a smaller version of the table of contents, and then you're going to get a week by week daily schedule, so you can go and check it off each day that your child completes and kind of just get an idea of what they're going to be going over, as well as what their skills practice is for that day, which is really nice. And as you guys can see, it's a lot of multiplication. So like this week, they're going to be working on 2s, 5s, and 10s multiplication facts. And then they're going to continue that the following week. And then they're eventually going to make their ways into 3s and 4s, and so on and so forth. And as you can see, if you follow the 4-day-a-week schedule, you're going to be at 36 weeks by the end of it. Then it kind of just goes into like an introduction for the teacher, more about the curriculum, a daily skills and practice overview, what their approach to problem solving is, some teacher's notes for the beginning of the unit, what your supply list is going to be for this first unit, and then what chapters are included in the unit and what those supplies will be for each chapter. So that's a nice layout to have in case, you know, you just need some time to get to the store, because sometimes I'm not always prepared, and that is very helpful for me. This is just kind of an overview of what each place value, or sorry, what each lesson will look like, and then what the answer key is. And then that's basically how every lesson follows. You'll get the answer keys right here. So if your child is struggling at all, or if you're not quite sure on something. And then as you skip forward, you are going to get all of the activity sheets that I had mentioned earlier in the video. And as you can see, these are bright and beautiful and very engaging for your children. And then as you continue skipping forward, that is where you will find, and see, as you guys can see, there's a lot of activity sheets. So this is why I say, like, you do need to have both books if you truly want to utilize the curriculum the way that it was intended and written for. So as you continue skipping forward, you're going to find the tests. And then towards the end of the book, this is where you will find the complete supply list. So I'll give you guys a quick look at that. And that is basically it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn around the camera now. Alright, you guys, so that is the whole review and flip through. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that it gives you an idea of whether or not you want to try using this curriculum. Honestly, like, I have absolutely loved Apologia. I believe we have been using it for the last 3 years. I can't remember if my daughter started in 1st grade or 2nd grade. I want to say she started Apologia in 2nd grade, so this is going to be our 3rd year with it. And my son ended up using it. We started him in 6th grade with it, and then it didn't continue after 6th grade. My only regret with Apologia is not finding their math curriculum sooner when my son was younger, just because I feel like this is such a wonderful math curriculum. It gets to the point without adding the fluff. It is very solid in its teachings, and I feel like it does a really great job of preparing your child for the next level. So with all of that said, I think that you should definitely give it a try if you are trying to find a math curriculum that just speaks to your soul and works for your child. We have absolutely loved this, and I plan on using it until my daughter cannot use it anymore, and I'm going to be starting my my little one on it when he gets to 1st grade. So yeah, so that is everything. I will have this link down below in the description bar if you want to check it out. If you guys have any questions, link them down below. I will answer them to the best of my abilities. Like I said, we've used this for so far 2nd grade, 3rd grade, and I've used it for 6th grade, and I'm so excited to be using their 4th grade curriculum set. So let me know down below if you found this video helpful, if you've used Apologia before, and what your thoughts are on it, just so other people who might be checking this video out can kind of gauge from everybody's opinions. And if you're currently using another math curriculum, I would love to hear that too, so link that down below. That's it, you guys. I will try to have some more videos coming out, but like I said, we're still trying to get settled. For the most part, we're unpacked. Now it's just organizing. So I will have more reviews coming up for you guys. It just might be a little bit. We'll see. Okay, bye.